Here's a clip from our podcast, the Club Ambition Podcast, a.k.a. CAP.
They gon' let me for my ambition.
6 years this week, XXXtentacion was killed in Florida. But then finally now we have his friends speaking out publicly for the first time ever about the allegation that Drake killed him, right? We had this viral video that we spoke about years ago on this podcast. Having all this information, Drake has a lot of lyrics throughout his career after X died that seems like he wants to either claim or just joke about the idea of him being the reason that he got killed or like the man behind the job, right? What's like a most recent lyric that comes to mind? Even shot him in daylight. On For the Dogs, shot him in daylight.
Yeah.
Shot him in daylight.
Then the one on sicko mode.
The sicko mode is like a spin the block, make a left.
Talk shit on FaceTime. He specifically said talk shit on FaceTime.
Yeah, if he would have held his tongue on that live, he would be alive.
He'll be
again.
alive.
Something like that, yeah.
Because remember, X and Drake would be on Instagram Live. It's
Yeah.
a lot of lyrics.
Yeah,
That's
there's
when
a
he
lot.
dissed his mom
There's
was
a
on
lot.
live.
The
Yes.
Body bags didn't change for Louis bags.
Yeah, because X had a Louis bag when he died on
That's
his
the one
body,
they were trying to steal from him.
right? Which is crazy because that song
Stole from
Mob
him.
Ties was, we don't know if Vori wrote that lyric.
Yeah, I
He-
think I got
he-
to that part. I didn't hear him say it.
So maybe Drake switched it up for, you know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, none the wiser. All thanks to Ryan Garcia, out of all people. Ryan Garcia tweeted,
He's been wild.
fuck it, Drake killed X, as if he's like revealing that. Drake killed X, right? Then we have Ski Master Slump God. He said, whoever believed this stupid shit, too deep in the YouTube conspiracy rabbit hole. Go outside, touch grass, my
Touch
nigga.
grass.
Then DJ Scheme, you know, for
Wow, they all
context,
came out at once.
for context, Ski Master Slump God, right? X's best friend, best friend collaborator. If you didn't know, now you know.
Yeah.
DJ Scheme, another best friend to X, also his producer,
Wow.
right?
Close with Juice as well.
Yeah, he might have produced.
I didn't see him
Look at
tweet,
Me,
though.
DJ Scheme, he might have.
I think he did produce Look at Me.
I think he produces Look at Me. I think so. He produced a lot of shit. He's a good ass producer. Shout out to Scheme. He said to Scheme Master Slump God, he said, "Thank you," right? Then he continued, and he said, "My only issue is that after my brother died, all Drake did was throw shots to look more gangster.
I was just about to ask that.
So to wrap things up, it's still fuck Drake." And then he said, after a fan said, "No bullshit, I didn't even know Ski said that shit about Drake yesterday, but shit, fuck it, we ball." Then he said, in response to the fan, he said, because Ski was saying Drake said he didn't do it and came to Ski and said he loved him, but that's not Ski defending him. So remember that photo that Ski Master Slump got posted years ago when X died with Drake. And he said in the caption,
What,
like,
a couple of years ago.
like the truth is gonna be revealed or something when the truth gets revealed soon.
Right.
But he deleted the post. So people were like, what does this mean? Right? And they were like happy together. I guess what Scheme is basically saying here, from my comprehension, is that Drake said that he didn't do it. Just to remind you, I didn't do it. And also, I loved X. Like, I loved him. Which he probably did. He probably was a fan of his because that's why he had that same flow.
Yeah, that's why he took the flow on KMT.
And we not gonna act like Drake doesn't pay attention to every artist popping up.
No, he does. I think all rappers do. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think a lot of them look at underground artists.
But Drake specifically, because what did Drake always do? He always connected with people that kind of ran their city or like was blowing up in their city and the city was backing them.
And X ran.
And X Florida, the whole state.
And he
at
ran
that time.
He ran SoundCloud. He was the biggest SoundCloud
So
rapper.
Drake
at the time.
was definitely familiar with him, who the fuck he was.
Same thing with Kodak when Kodak was
Blowing
Blowing
fucking taking
up.
out, yeah.
So JB,
So let me ask you
JB
a
Block
question.
Boy.
He
So-
ruined JB Block Boy.
JB Block Boy. And then he also kept going. Scheme said also, my loyalty is to my family. That's it. I consider each and every one of you guys a part of it. Blah, blah, blah. Right? Now, this also doesn't make it better for Drake.
No, it makes it a lot worse.
It makes it worse because even they feel how the fans felt, where it felt like Drake played into it after the death.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? And we got Kendrick Lamar calling Drake out for being a fake gangster. You're not really like that. This feeds more into that narrative. We have to be honest, Drake. This feeds more into that narrative. I don't give a fuck. It's true. Because I've said it for years. Like, that's always been my major gripe with Drake. I don't mind the cosplaying, the rapping, his entertainment. But then specifically tying it back to X, who is someone that we know died. And we know that the people got arrested for the death. But then we also fucking know that one of them, when they were in the trial, said that Drake was the one that paid him to do it. And that they wanted to do like a lawsuit for Drake or like whatever it is to have Drake come to court, whatever the term is.
They want to subpoena him.
They wanted to subpoena Drake, or they subpoenaed him or whatever, and Drake didn't have to end up going. But then it turned out that he was like saying that about Drake and other rappers, etc. So people were like, oh, you guys just crazy, right? But maybe the Drake one had some legs on it, and we just never looked into it too much. Allegedly. It's all allegedly.
So let me ask you this question, Vic, straight up. Hypothetically, Drake had nothing to do with it, and this entire time he has been purposely playing into it. How do you react to that type of information where someone is saying, oh, I killed that person just to build their street rep?
I think it could be two things. I think he felt disrespected by X because X did some wild shit about his Drake's mom.
That's cool.
That was wild, right? So when niggas go at your mom, you feel how you feel. But
4 years of playing into something?
exactly. It's too long. It's too long. If you did that shit recently again on the father dog, shot him in daylight, like that's
why I think it's now part of your persona.
Change those lyrics, my nigga. Like, you know that this guy got shot in daylight.
Yeah, he's like,
that's whack.
Then I'm gonna bend a body, and then
So is Drake that petty, or is he just playing into the persona? That's my question.
He says too is like something about 50K. It takes more than that. It takes more than that to get rid of somebody.
Yeah. No, it's all about X. But that's my question, Vic. Is it that Drake is so petty he would take it this far, this long, or is he really just playing into the persona?
I think it's a bit of everything, man. I never liked that. And what made me also not like that, because, bro, it's not even just him. Even the niggas around him. What's up with you niggas? You niggas know that he's saying this. You hear this. You know that
Baca got a weird case, nigga.
But it just gives, like, yes man energy. Like, if I'm his man, like, if I'm OVO 40, like, I'm engineering and mixing this up, like, Drake, let's not do that.
That was Kendrick's point, though.
Let's stop that shit. You didn't fucking kill him. We know you didn't kill him. Let's stop that. Because the fucking investigation, let's let the man rest in peace, bro.
What can you say at 616? You got a bunch of niggas around you that are fake as fuck. 100 niggas and only 2 of them care about you.
Listen, I love you, Ski Mask. You know, you haven't responded to me, but God bless you. Scheme hasn't responded to me. God bless you. I was trying to get the interview. God bless you all. That's all I'll say. Because I think you guys do watch. So just reach out. That's all I'll say. Because I wanted to interview you specifically also about this. Because it's also, to be honest, the friend's fault. All Ski Mask and some guy, and it's DJ Scheme's fault. All the friends close to X's fault. Why this narrative also has run for so long. Because you have not spoken about it publicly ever until now. Years later. If you would have called it out in the beginning, people would have been like, okay, yes. Especially if that conversation happened where Drake told Ski Mask to his face that he didn't kill him. Just to remind him, by the way, I didn't do it. Right? Why are we finding out about this now?
You think it's a coincidence? You think that they never said anything because maybe they thought Drake just had too much power? And they waited
They
now?
were scared of Drake?
As an authority figure in the industry. As a figurehead in the culture.
They might have been scared of Drake.
Or...
I hope they're not. I hope they weren't.
Or they're capitalizing on the fact that he's the topic of conversation. It's either or, but the second one doesn't make sense because then they would have already said it. Ryan Garcia gave them the opportunity to finally speak their mind, and maybe they were just afraid this whole time.
And I think Scheme saying fuck Drake is more important than Scheme as some guy saying fuck Drake.
I agree.
Scheme is a producer. He's around. He's always around people. He's hanging out with Speed streamers. He's hanging out with Aiden Ross.
He's a real industry head.
He's always around the industry. He's more likely to cross paths with Drake than Scheme as some guy. So for him to say it's still fuck Drake tells me that there's been smoke behind the scenes and there's been shit happening. So
and the power that Drake has had has shifted.
Yeah.
God bless to Drake. It must suck where he's standing right now in life.
They gon' love me for my ambition.
And that was a clip from our podcast, the Club Ambition Podcast. Cap, if you're looking to watch the full episode, make sure to go check it out right now. It's available on audio and also on YouTube.